Shalom, 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 shalom. First and foremost, as always, we would love to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Ruel, and blessings and safety to the elect. Amen. What's today, the 13th of March, 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. Hey, from the looks of it, man, this might be that year, man, Lord willing, man. All right. So, hey, man, we're going to go into an article dealing with the situation out there in Pittsburgh, man. All right. And this is from the article Political Talk. It says Pittsburgh police will no longer respond to calls. Oh, this is just one of them, right? So I'm going to read this one. It says beginning Monday, Pittsburgh police won't respond to any calls that aren't in progress emergencies. All right. It says Chief Larry wants to cut the value from approximately 200,000 calls per year down to 50,000 calls per year, man. And that's going to be very detrimental, man, to the people, man. All right. It says that essentially means that calls for criminal mischief, theft, harassment, and burglary, just to name a few, will not be handled by the telephone reporting unit or online reporting. So pretty much, man, what you see taking place here is that you ain't gonna be able to call the police for all that nonsense, man. All right. Now, when you read this one, it says Pittsburgh police will no longer respond to calls between 3 a.m. and 7 a.m. Okay. It says few as 20 officers to cover the entire city from 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. So between the hours of 3 a.m. and 7 a.m., there's only going to be 20 officers on duty for the whole city of Pittsburgh, man. You know, that remind me of when you be seeing those movies, they be having one sheriff for the whole town. Right. What the hell can one sheriff do?
Right.
You know? But it said, I'm gonna just read this little paragraph. It says, sad these people pay for this service with their taxes, and it's being taken away. Communism is in part stealing from someone to give to another, get locked in and loaded. All right. So what you see is, you know, this devil is setting up the purge, man. All right. And not only you can clearly see it, but he's making it known to all these individuals who commit these certain acts. He's letting it be known, hey, man, well, for burglary, we're not showing up for, if you say your house was burglarized, we're not showing up for that. What you think a nigga that pulled burglaries thinking? What? Shit, it's time to turn up. You know, so that's only going to cause people to take matters into their own hands, which that's what Esau wants, man. All right. So, hey, man, without further ado, we're gonna get into the precepts.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
And this is going into Satan's physical counterpart, Esau Edom. Okay, we're not in the darkness of his evil purposes, man. While he's doing certain things, man, we ultimately knows that he's pussyfooting into what, man? Hey, bringing in the digital system. All right, so he's trying to create some type of chaos so he could ultimately bring that solution, man. All right, but y'all brothers got it. Let's go.
I was gonna say, they talking about if Biden is not basically able or even allowed to basically take presidency, then America's gonna turn into a dictatorship. You know, and like the brother mentioned earlier on camera, you got the situation that's going on in Haiti. You know, these are clear indications and clear signs of Jacob's trouble on a small scale, which our apostles and elders already deemed this year the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. So how much more these things happen in Pennsylvania? That's a state in America. You know, Pennsylvania, that's a state in America. How much more that decree that was decreed there, how much more that's spreading abroad all 50 states?
Or started with Chicago. Okay. And then they'll tell what you may feel as is an emergency. They might not look at it as an emergency. It might be an emergency to you because you in distress, but that might not be an emergency to them. All right. And like the article went into, These people actually pay taxpayer dollars to receive that service. All right.
You saw put stuff out there like the Prairie, like predictive programming, so getting you ready for that day. You know?
Right. And then when you think about it too, like it's so cold because when you think about the influx of what they call immigrants coming into America, and they passing laws like that in these places, and then they get to passing laws like that in these places where they getting a major influx of immigrants. It's really gonna, for real, that civil war is gonna break out. It's like they got the movie coming out, Civil War. That's gonna be the beginning of a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not answering calls or you're not coming to the aid of people, because you see it in New York, these immigrants doing shit that Americans don't do. You feel what I'm saying? Because they got a respect for authority or somewhat of a respect for the police, you know what I'm saying, when they see the police, and whereas these immigrants don't. You know what I'm saying? They don't see the police the way Americans see police. Right. You know what I'm saying? So they go against the grain when it comes to a lot of stuff. Here, you even see them fighting against the police in New York. So like I said, you get to pass them laws like that in places like that, it's going to real deal be civil war. You know what I'm saying? And take it as 15 and 16, all those things are going to begin to come to pass.
Right? Because you got to remember the people that's like you mentioned the immigrants coming over here. These people already are used to coming against the government officials in their countries, the police, whoever may be affiliated with the government officials. They're already used to that. So when they over here, it's second nature to them to fulfill them that role. So so it's not gonna be no thing for when these type of laws is passed in America for them to execute on that. One, they have no identification here. And then two, they gotta make a way for themselves. You know what I'm saying? So when they're gonna be the ones that's actually, you know what I'm saying, entering into the homes and you know, doing this extra shit. You know what I'm saying? The extra lawlessness. Right. You know what I'm saying? That the scriptures speak about, and it's gonna eventually emerge the Americans to follow suit. But it's going to start with these immigrants, because we've been making mention this for a few days now. You got Haiti, you got Issachar, you got Ephraim, you got all the tribes coming out here from different areas of the country, different countries, man.
Now listen to this. It says immigrants constitute 9% of Pittsburgh's population. 303,000 immigrants in Pittsburgh.
3,000 immigrants?
303,000 immigrants. Over 250,000 immigrants in Pittsburgh.
It's not like they're stopping them.
Right.
Because if Esau Edom, going back to the precept, we're not ignorant of his devices. Esau is allowing these things to happen. So that he could issue in certain state of emergency, certain acts and laws that have been passed by the legislative office. So he could issue in basically martial law. That's all that shit going to trickle down to martial law. You know what I'm saying? You got certain immigrants that is confusion where we don't know if this the actual Americans or some of these may be immigrants. So now you got to place Americans in that same type of category you placing the immigrants.
Exactly. You don't know who's who. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Precept. This is 2 Ezra 15 and 14.
Oh, I'm right here.
It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein." You know what I'm saying? Whoa, that's that death and destruction, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what's on the brink, death and destruction. Then mass death at that.
Also grief, sorrow, misery. We briefly spoke on what's happening in Haiti. You got them actually eating. That's only a matter of time for that comes to America.
And like the brother said, they eating people, so that means what they destitute of food. They destitute of resources. You know what I'm saying? And so the influx of them coming over here, you know what I'm saying, that's going to, like the brother said, that's going to be the ones that's invading people's homes and doing certain things. Why? Because they feel it for themselves. Because Americans, what they think, Americans got things. Americans have resources. So they're like, they got food. They got this. They got what we need. So we're going to go take it.
But one of the resources that they lose is the police.
People
that they like.
That's right.
Shit gets out of hand.
And then that's cold too, because when you think about it too, a lot of these, you gotta realize these police officers, they, you know what I'm saying, they wear these guns, they wear these badges, you know what I'm saying. But see, these police, they gonna be too just men, you know, in that day, you know what I'm saying. They gonna be scared for their lives.
Yeah, because they livelihood is in danger.
That's right.
But you gotta understand this too, that a lot of these police, they gonna drop their badge and their gun.
That's right.
They gonna go protect their own family.
That's right.
But
and then too,
I was gonna mention this real quick. It says, I'm gonna just read the headline of this. It says New York New York will send National Guards to subways.
They already did.
After a string of violent crimes. Now, they already did.
They already on the ground.
Yep.
And don't forget, a couple months ago, I don't remember if they was laid off or they just like just quit. But remember, it was hella police officers that left the police force in New York.
Yeah. That's all. I was gonna make mention that's the spirit because that's exactly what I was getting ready to say. Because it not only in New York, because hell, it's a shortage of police officers here in Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? And that's starting to be a national thing to where it's in a lot of different places where police officers they like, I'm done.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
they trying to get them doing this,
Mhm.
you know, the pandemic. You know,
Yeah.
they're trying to offer them like max pay.
Yep.
Just to get people to come to be a part of the police force. Like I'm talking about like high pay.
But what's the coincidence? These police just out of the blue quit the force.
God,
and then the crime rate increased.
Yep.
So now they got to send in the National Guards.
Yep.
Exactly.
But what's going to happen when the National Guards fall back?
Yep.
And then who you going to have to send in next? The UN troops.
Yep.
So, you know, we watching it. Hey, man, we reading your playbook, E.
Yeah, they showed you that during the George Floyd incident when everybody was protesting and everything, and they was they went into the police station and everything. They showed you that that was a sign of their showing you that their police force is so-called weak. So they issued in the National Guard and they went a step further and they issued, okay, once that was overran, they issued in, you know what I'm saying? Because at first they would go against the civilians and then they would pull them back, and then the civilians got stronger. And then they would, okay, well, we got to issue in the National Guard. We got to issue in the military force or the what. And then it's going to be like the brother said, the UN, the blue hats, where they're emotionless to the American way. You know what I'm saying?
Most of those immigrants are blue hats.
There you go. There you go.
Most of those immigrants, we already know they're blue hats. And they walking around, they peeping out the scenery. But hey, brothers got some precepts. Let's
I'm back in the 15. This is verse 15. Say Exodus 15 and 15. It says, for the sword and their destruction draws nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another. It says, and swords in their hands.
That's right, man. It's gonna be a lot of racial tension, not even just racial.
Yep.
You know, you're gonna have, you know, this side against that side. Which I believe in. I'm a liberal. You know, it's gonna be a lot of a lot of issues. A lot of people who for the immigrants, people who are against the immigrants. You know.
It says, verse 16. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, in invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their actions and stand in their power.
It's sedition. Sedition basically people gonna be divided. You know, like down there in Haiti, I find thinking they said it's a gang leader that's basically leading the revolt.
Yeah. Yep.
You're gonna have different army members, you know, veterans and stuff like that. You're gonna have Jake, you know, they OG in the hood. You're gonna have all type of different people. They're gonna be clicked up and they're gonna be coming against each other.
It's gonna be so many people trying to take charge, and people gonna be so scared they just gonna naturally follow. Some nigga gonna stand up with a rifle. We gonna do it, and then they gonna follow everything this nigga say. He gonna lead their ass right into the pit.
That's true. Because you see that shit on just a small level. You saw that dude with that Edomite. He had made the TikTok that he did went viral, talking about, you know what I'm saying, people not paying their taxes this year. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Like you say, that course, they not gonna regard the king or princes. So it's just like they ain't regarding certain things or certain laws and vibrations that's being pushed by the government no more. You feel what I'm saying? Because they're gonna be scared of all the things that's taking place. Yeah. Like I said, because that immigrant influence, that's big. That's really that's like a major move. You feel what I'm saying? And then too, when you actually start to see this, like when we went to Chicago, where brother saw a lady like she was from Venezuela, I think, with a child. You feel what I'm saying? So imagine when you're not just seeing 1 and 2, you seeing street food, or when you go out and they in the shopping areas and they all over. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? That's a big play. You feel what I'm saying? Right. And so people gonna be like, and then they like you said that law you bringing out that they passed in Pittsburgh, when that shit in other places. And this shit gonna get real out here. You know what I'm saying? So people gonna be like, shit, I gotta feel for myself. You know what I'm saying?
So just like reverting back to the situation in Haiti, like you said, the people not gonna regard their princes or kings because the leaders not doing right by the people.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? They're not executing justice the proper way how the people desire. So therefore, what are they gonna do? It's gonna be a rebellion. It's like in Haiti, that's what's going on. it's a rebellion going on because they want the prime minister to resign.
Right.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
the laws that's being implemented now are draconian.
You're kind of.
Draconian. They more draconian. You know what I'm saying?
People people are realizing that the government is one, no matter what country you're in. Like bro said, they gonna look at the American government as the same as the prime minister in Haiti. So when they come over here, that mindset is the same. Like these niggas is the same people. You know what I'm saying? So once they started to enforce certain things, they already see over there, those are the testing sites for Esau Edom. They already saw the fucking results, if you will, to a degree of certain things. So when they come over here, when these things have been implemented, they like shit. They gonna react to it. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna cause a ripple effect, a domino effect, if you will, throughout the whole East Coast and West Coast of America, man. North, South, whatever. What you gonna say?
I was gonna say that they don't necessarily have to even come here because America gets involved with the riffraff feeds fire. Like America has to the fire.
That's right.
Because in Haiti, they saying that where they getting all these weapons and shit from. Now they saying they getting them from Florida, they getting from the U.S.
Coast right there.
Letting you know that it's all a plan. This is all like
By design.
by design.
So he wants to roll on. He wants to repay back Levi anyway.
Right.
But how Levi kicked off in their ass. Y'all brothers got some precepts. Go ahead up.
Says, behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness and the kingdom thy shame. So the prophets are exposing the prophecy what's going on. You know what I'm saying? To display the power of Yahweh, we exposing these devils.
That was prophesied to ancient Nineveh, which America is liking us a spiritual Nineveh, and it's being exposed. Like the brother said about the prophets, via the different information that's coming out.
This second Ezra, back in second Ezra 15 and 17. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Yeah, it's gonna be a cutoff point. You know, that goes into the major cities and then the smaller cities outside of those major cities. You ain't gonna be able to. Hey, it's gonna be a whole complete lockdown, man. Okay, the brother. I don't know if you thought those the executive orders.
Yeah, I'm reading through it.
That's like you said. That shit jump off in Pittsburgh. They gonna shut Pittsburgh down so they can't spill into outside cities, or so it don't spill over to some like Cleveland, or even in the inner cities, like where cities within cities, like you know what I'm saying. Like you got South Euclid, you got Euclid. You know what I'm saying? Setting up blockades where you can't. Where it might be bad in this area, but not as bad in that area, and they trying to stop it at a cutoff point, like you said. And that's gonna go into the UN truth, martial law. You know what I'm saying? Setting up these different blockades to keep Jake isolated and trapped in one area. You know what I'm saying? Like literally keeping you in the midst of all the bullshit that's gonna pop off.
That's all they gotta do, man, is put a tank. Because you think about this, man. Esau can put a cone right here, and that can just stop the traffic from going that way just because of a damn cone, man. So because you would have a nigga say, well, they ain't gonna be able to stop me from going. Nigga, they could just put up a cone right now and you would turn the other way. So just imagine a big military tank right there, man. All right, Jake ain't ready for what's coming, man. But y'all brothers got it.
Hey, somebody grab Micah 5 and 10. You can start at 10.
It's Micah chapter 5, verse 10. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that I will cut off thy horses out of the midst of thee, and I will destroy thy chariots. And I will cut off the cities of thy land and throw down all thine strongholds.
Yeah, and that's what the Lord is doing. It's showing you that the Lord is involved. He's cutting off the cities and the strongholds that uphold the cities. That's what the immigration and fluctuation is about. That's what this uprising is about. The protest is about. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is about. The Lord is cutting off because you got idols that's being worshipped in each city, and there's strongholds on the minds of the people. So if you overflood multiple different minds, okay, if you will, in those particular areas, it causes chaos in terms of how people think and how people move. So this is the Lord's place, the influxuation of immigrants, right? And for the prophecies that the brothers reading in 2 Ezra 5 and many other prophecies, man, the uprising of the people in America is going to issue in Jacob's trouble. That's what Jacob's trouble is, man, right? The MOTB, the lawlessness, the uprising of people, the civilians of the government, traditional. That's what Jacob and because why? Because that's gonna issue in the invading your homes, your family coming against you because of lack of bread and food.
The brother gonna
Right, exactly. So so the Lord is cutting off the foods, man. You know, that's what this is. You know what I'm saying? It's a flood. A flood disturbs your motion. That's what a flood do. It disrupts your flow, man. You got a heart and you gotta attend to that flood, and the people are the flood, man. Go back to that, huh?
Because too, you know what I'm saying, they show you too, like when all that shit take place, you gotta understand the Lord gonna put the proper highways there. The Lord is gonna put the Lord in the where he gotta protect his men. You feel what I'm saying? He gonna start to do those miracles for the men. You know what I'm saying? That word ain't gonna be out there no more, so you gotta take heed now. You know what I'm saying? Be getting that oil, you know what I'm saying, for your lamp. Because it's getting ready to get dark out here. But it's
Salakia. So look, because you read 17 already, right?
so
I got the executive. Right.
You got go ahead.
Yep. So before you read 18, I got the executive order, right? Executive order.
Which executive order means a king's decree. That's another term for it.
So this executive order 10997.
Which this executive order, I believe, was placed by wrote into law by Barack Obama. So this was already, it was prescribed, I believe.
This one was from John F. Kennedy. This
particular. Yeah, I know Obama just put in some more.
Damn.
When he look, this was like in 1963.
Yep.
So this was it was prescribed, which means pre-wrote. You know, you got it, brother.
Yeah, it says so. This is by the 35th president of the U.S., which is JFK. Executive Order 10997, signing emergency preparedness functions to the Secretary of the Interior. You know, so they list a bunch of a layout of a blueprint or game plan when it comes to certain like emergencies, preparedness, right? And what they will incorporate when it comes to because this is an emergency, the influx. All right, the brother mentioned the Pittsburgh situation. That's an emergency because it's gonna cause a ripple effect of other things. The immigrants coming in, that's an emergency because it's gonna cause a ripple effect. So that's an emergency, man. You see,
we seen it being set up. It's being set up.
It's being set up. So here you got something that was in place from 1962. 1962 of emergency preparedness, preparing so-called preparing for the times that we are in now. So just briefly reading a couple of it says going to what was relevant to the lesson, it says jumping down, it says damn, I lost this shit. It says it says damn. All right, so this is so I'm gonna just read this like one or two of these. It said this is sec 7. It says emergency actions. Nothing in this order shall be construed as conferring authority under Title III of the Federal Civil Defense Act of 1950, as amended or otherwise, to put into effect any emergency plan, procedure, policy, program, or course of action prepared or developed pursuant to this order. Such authority is reserved to the president. Right. So they're gonna. So bodies think they're trying to give power to the president. You know what I'm saying? Because the president don't have any power. But when you got these different things coming into his domain, it's going to allow him to enact certain things. You know what I'm saying? Which is going to give him power in the midst of the people. That's why Trump is the perfect president for something like this. Because Biden don't enact power upon the people. Right. So when you jump up, it says emergency planning, emergency plans and programs and emergency organization structure required thereby shall be developed as an integral part of the continuing activities of the Department of the Interior of the basis that it will have the responsibility for carrying out such programs during an emergency. Like we got to go into the executive order. There's a list of a bunch of things that they will incorporate when it comes to an emergency. So it says that the secretary shall be prepared to implement all appropriate plans developed under this order. So whatever this order reads, right? We just skimming through it. Whatever these orders reads, bro, they got a whole fat ass list of things that they incorporate in when it comes to an emergency. If the U.S. had to go into a state of emergency, it lists a bunch of things.
Things they're gonna implement right away.
Right. So it's showing you right because these niggas make laws like on the spot. So it says the secretary shall be prepared to implement all appropriate plans developed under this order, whatever they list. Modifications and temporary organizational changes based on emergency conditions will be in accordance with policy determination by the president. Right. So when you see the president come on your scene on the TV, you say breaking news or whatever he say, it's gonna be the final say that's gonna be implemented in the cities. Because you got to remember, you got vassal states within the or provinces, if you will, within the US, right? You got 50 provinces, right? The states are its own, like you got government or governors, right? And they got their own so-called mind that pertains to each state. But when the president come on the TV and he says something, woo, 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 the governor in that state can't come against it, because you got to conform to what the president said, which is going to cause the division. It's going to cause the military to move in, because once the president get on the screen based off this act, it's nothing the governors can say.
Yeah, because these different type of acts, they suspend the Constitution.
There you go, bro. That's perfect.
So when these acts be enforced, the Constitution goes out the window. That's why I forgot what president he said the Constitution is nothing but a piece of paper. And a lot of people believe in the Constitution. All right, but that's why this devil, he wrote these laws, man, and he'll bring it out on national TV. He'll tell you, oh, the Patriot Act. But a nigga don't literally go into the Patriot Act and see what the Patriot Act consists of.
Right.
You just hear it, you be like, oh, the Patriot Act. But then you're still thinking about the Constitution. But what happens when it's time to enforce the Patriot Act? It overrides the Constitution.
Right. And one more, it's A and B. It says priorities and allocations. Develop systems for the emergency application of priorities and allocations to the production and distribution of assigned resources. B, requirements. These are the requirements. Periodically assemble, develop as appropriate, and evaluate requirements for power, petroleum, gas, and solid fuels.
Oh, hey, a man should desire to go in the city and shall not be able. They're going to literally take these acts being implemented. They're going to take over the gas, man.
Yep.
They're going to take over it.
Yep.
Okay, they're going to decide, hey, just like during the time where the C-19 came about, they say, look, the only ones who can travel is essential workers.
Yep.
Okay, well, they're going to say this, well, the only one who can get this gas is emergency workers. Or this gas is only going to be used for the military for their tanks.
Right.
You ain't gonna be, that's gonna. Hey, once they take over the gas, how you gonna travel?
Right.
It's gonna go by foot.
Control everything.
Yep. And that's what it's saying. It says. What you want to say?
No, because that's what's gonna make, and that's why martial law gonna be so vital, because they prepare for shit like that. So if that's gonna put people on foot, then what they're gonna, like you said, you're not designed to go into the city and not be able, but that's gonna make them issue curfews and all types of shit that's gonna take place in that time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To keep people off the streets.
A lot of violence.
Yeah,
right.
You're gonna be around too many people.
Looting.
Cars. It already be a lot of car rage. But just imagine if it wasn't no cars, if everybody had to walk, it'd be more confrontations, man. Nobody can hide behind tent windows, but
So it says, and evaluate requirements for power, petroleum, gas, and solid fuels, taking into account estimated needs for military. Got excited. Taking into account estimated needs for military, civilian, and foreign purposes. Such evaluation. It says periodically assemble. It's like it's all one thing. It's like it. It says periodically assemble, develop as appropriate, and evaluate requirements for power, petroleum, gas, and solid fuels.
It say evaluate requirements for power, meaning there's going to be restrictions on certain things. There's going to be restrictions for the people. So you can only use this amount of this. You can only use this amount of that.
The rationing.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. That's what that's turning into.
Yep.
It says
just like they was doing in California. You only can use this amount of water.
Yep.
So nigga had to watch how they flush their toilet. You may not flush your toilet right after every time you use it. You may tell your house, look, man, y'all, we're gonna use it 3 times each before you flush it.
Right. Yep. It says taking into account estimated needs for military, civilian, and foreign purposes.
Right. So that's what they actually consider: military, civilian, and foreign purposes. Military that's going to issue in the martial law.
Yeah.
Citizens, those going to be the ones that need to be controlled. That's the reason why they're sending in martial law.
Yep.
And foreigners, right? Foreigners would consist of what? Immigrants.
Yep, that's right.
So this the whole dynamic. Esau Edom, he's creating the emergency so these acts could be issued forth.
Yeah, brother, you got that out? After this brother get done, you can bring that out. Matter of fact,
it says such evaluation shall take into consideration geographical distribution of requirements under emergency conditions, and that's what the fluctuation of immigrants is going to cause. It's causing an emergency conditions, because you got niggas who have no identity in America who are evading homes, who are coming against the police force and so forth and so forth.
Exactly.
That causes an emergency. I can't identify this nigga. I don't even know what's going on. They arrest him. You can't charge a nigga. They don't got no identification. You can't charge a nigga. How you gonna? That's what the cop was saying in New York. He was mad as hell. He was like, bro, they don't have no identification. He said, how can I charge him with certain things and bring him to certain charges and move certain on this man or woman? And these are young people doing this. 15, 16, 17, 18. He like, how can I move on it? They don't got no identification.
Yeah, you got certain immigrants giving testimonies while they committed certain crimes, went to Florida, came back, committed some more crimes, went back to Florida, came back, and ain't nobody suspicious, nobody that get stopped by police, nothing. But this the point. If y'all trying to keep these type of people out, why is y'all giving them leeway to give testimonies about the crimes that they committed, right? And they not being locked up. Y'all not treating them under the same law y'all supposed to be issuing forth over the same people that abide under this nation. Americans,
right?
They get treated worse than the motherfucking immigrants. And then now you got what? Americans complaining.
Yeah, because the Americans now are able to apply for the police force too. The article just came out on that.
Yeah, the immigrants is.
Yep.
But listen to this though. I mentioned the Patriot Act, and then you got it, brother. It says allows for the indefinite detention of non-citizens. So under the Patriot Act, they could put an immigrant in prison indefinite without a court date, without a reason why. They can just do it, right? It says the Patriot Act gives the Attorney General unpreceded new power to determine the fate of immigrants. The Attorney General can order detention based on a certification that he or she has reasonable grounds to believe a non-citizen endangers national security. So that's another reason why. And Esau know that them immigrants is jakes. So he wanna. That's another snare in the trap, man. All right.
That's just harping on immigrants. Best believe it's bills and laws that also apply to people that's citizens of America, to the point where they don't have to bring up charges and take you down to the precinct and fingerprint and all. They can just arrest your ass and lock you up until they feel like you should be let out.
Let's still some more. It says Stephen Wilkinson affirmed that it says the need for judicial review. He warned, with no meaningfulness judicial review, any American citizen alleged to be an enemy combatant could be detained indefinitely without charges or counsel. So there it is.
So it don't only apply to immigrants. This is going to apply to everybody over here in America's soil, especially those that's a threat to their agenda, because that's what it's all. Everything that brothers been going into, it's all to forward the agenda of the elites, which is which is a Hegelian dialectic. Which when you go into it, is basically they have an agenda. Okay, then they create some type of event or crisis, because to say it in layman's terms is problem, reaction, solution. But the problem is created by them. Then the people, the inhabitants of the land, they get the reaction, and the same people that created the problem, they bring the solution all to forward their agenda.
That's right. And you was going. You had some on that?
It says agenda, which is the centralization of power, because they want everybody to be subject to the NWO. It says a thesis, which is a terror event, whether it be fake or real. The antithesis, increasing police state. So they created the problem. Then the solution will be them bringing in the troops. And of course, all roads lead to the MOTP. And the synthesis, it says a removal of freedom and a transfer of power. And all in all.
No, I was gonna say, don't forget your thought. But as they said, like over 60% of those UN troops don't even speak English. Go ahead, no, you got it, bro.
Because when they bring in these troops, it's gonna be curfews and stuff like that. If you get caught outside, don't be surprised when you see people getting gunned down.
Yeah, I want to say this because the scriptures say, "Pay unto her double." So when American troops went into these foreign lands, and let's just say an American troop told one of those civilians over there to hey, don't move, or I'm gonna blow you away. How the hell do they know what you just said when they don't speak your language?
Right.
So then they must them, they move, and then you blow them away. It's gonna happen here, man. But the thing is this, man. The reason why this is gonna be so detrimental is because the citizens here have weapons, man. Over there in those other countries, those citizens, like I'm gonna give you an example. It's certain countries over there, like London, where all that shit was happening in London, and over there, those citizens don't have weapons, man. So yes, it's easy, but it's more weapons here than citizens, man, in America.
They just allow I forgot where
Louisiana.
What the
18 years old can carry a weapon with no permit.
Even then, they making all these states open carry states. Yeah, you got even police officers where all these crimes is happening. You got them doing like the little interview talking about some shit. If you ain't got a gun, get one. Or telling people you used to be carrying a gun. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's how bad shit get. You know what I'm saying? This really gonna be bad out here like this. You know what I'm
was it more on what you was reading?
saying?
Can you finish that?
Yeah, I can go back and take it as 15. You know what I'm saying?
Got it, bro.
All right.
So read 15 again.
This is it. It says take Ezra 15 and 15. It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. It says, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands.
Swords in their hand, like the brother was saying. It's the difference between America and these other countries that be having rebellions and riots. The difference is America's got way more weapons. Speaking of firearms, guns.
Because over there, them niggas in the country, they be throwing like fire, they be throwing bricks and sticks. You be seeing the police cars get hit with bottles and shit. Over here, they slinging iron, man.
Gonna put it.
That was the point I was making about the Haiti situation. You got certain journalists, they saying how, you know, them gang members and shit in Haiti that's causing ruckus, they getting their weapons from the U.S., Florida, and states like that and shit. So with that being said, that lets you know that the United States is heavily on.
Hey, and to go
billions on the surface level.
And to go full circle, man, the point of this lesson is there ain't gonna be no help. All right, because the people that and we speaking to you, Jakes, man, because the people that you help and depend on, now they're turning against you.
I got a piece.
All right.
This Isaiah 30 and 7. Back up that point you made. It says for the Egyptians shall help in vain and to no purpose. Therefore have I cried concerning this. Their strength is to sit still. You know what I'm saying? Because when all this hell breaking loose, they ain't about to be helping you. You feel me? Like the C-19, they was sending out them stimulus packages or the stimulus checks and all this shit. It ain't gonna be none of that. It's gonna be a complete cutoff to everything. You know what I'm saying? It's straight rationing, like the brother said. Hell, this is gonna be a limit on the shit that you can buy in grocery store. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's gonna cause motherfuckers to do all that loot and do all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna put everybody into that desperation mode. The same mindset that the immigrants coming over here with. You know what I'm saying? Those are acts of desperation. But you guys
it's gonna be a clear indication. It's gonna be a clear indication of the classes of civilians, the rich versus the poor.
That's right.
The ones that are real rich, they can buy their way out of certain situations to be able to maneuver through society. Because you know the scriptures talk about, man, you know, lives still continuing while all these things are taking place. You know, I still have niggas still living normal within all this. But then you got the poor that's gonna be really affected, right? Because no more middle class. It's just rich and the rich and the poor. You know, so that's what you're gonna be able to see a clear indication of the separation between classes.
I got precepts to back up the point you was making. This Psalms chapter 10, I'm gonna start at verse 7. It says his mouth is full of cursing. It's speaking of the wicked elite, Esau, Edom. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. When he do things like say you got a constitution, you got the Bill of Rights, the amendments, it's all fraud and deceit. Because none of that apply when it comes to roll on your ass. It says under his tongue is mischief and vanity, which when you trust in mischief and vanity, which basically lies and deceit, it causes you to be confounded. Which that link up with the brother read Isaiah 30, because when you read the first couple of verses, it tell you how basically woe to the rebellious children.
Yep.
Y'all talk about the Israelites that depend on the government, that
Yep.
depend on the system.
Mhm.
That same system is mischievous and is set up to destroy them.
Hey, that's crazy, bro. When you think about it, they not actually trusting in Esau himself. They're trusting in his laws, bro.
Yeah, that's right.
They trusted in a piece of paper.
They trusted in his ways. You know what I'm saying? That's right.
They trusted in his idols.
Mhm.
Yup. The text in Ezekiel 29, the confidence, these things became now they confident they could continue to live based off what Esau has set before them, the laws, like brothers mentioned.
Yeah, they had the same mindset back when the Lord was leading us out of Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Israel wanted to go back then. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to go back then because they liked that way better.
Yeah, right.
You see the same thing now. Yeah. Everything that happened back then is happening all over again. It's just happening in what you would say modern times. Yeah, it's happening again in modern times.
Yeah, you know the same chapter in Ezekiel 29 talking about the staff, the reed, right? That Israel leaned upon America as a support. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, a staff is used for walking and to lean upon for you to stay up so you can get through, so you can keep pushing forward. They leaned upon America to keep their lives going.
Now Esau about to pull the rug from under their feet.
That's right.
It pierced them. It fucking wounded them. Actually, the staff broke, like the scripture say. You know what I'm saying? The staff broke upon our people. They leaned upon it and it broke. You know what I'm saying? Like bro said, they put him a rug from one. That's a part of that staff breaking. They lean upon these programs. Oh, damn. Actually, in the end, when they take it from you, it's your detriment. It's your downfall. You know what I'm saying? Because now you gave up your husband, you know what I'm saying, your children and whatever, just to conform to this program. But then he took it away from you. Now you ain't got nothing.
It's like an addiction.
Exactly.
When you do these drugs like opiate, once you do it, you become dependent on it. So our people, they addicted to Esau.
Right.
And they addicted to his system.
Right.
And now when that system get taken from them,
right,
they're gonna have withdrawals.
Exactly. So therefore, if the system is what you depend on and it's taken from you, there's no hope. There's no help.
There's no help.
Help you because the system helping you. You know what I'm saying? The Lord, you didn't lean on the Lord the whole time, so you think the Lord just gonna come out of no, bro. The system is what you leaned upon. Therefore, when it's taken, there ain't gonna be no help because that's what your help was.
It was known for its sustenance, right? It was known for its sustenance and resources, and that's what they do. They get comfortable with that sustenance, with them resources, and become comfortable.
Real quick, you got it. This the book of Isaiah 10 and 20. It says, "And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel in truth." All right, so if you in your right state of mind, you're gonna pretty much fade away from Esau and go and gear towards YAHWASHI YAHWASHI. All right, but the scriptures say, "Remember the thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not." So this ain't something you can't go to the Lord once Jacob's store trouble was in effect. Once the Lord shut the mouths of the prophets, you can't turn to the Lord. Then you have to turn to the Lord now, man. All right, but you got it up.
I should laugh when your fear coming.
Yeah,
I'm right here.
the brother got something.
Because it was a point where we used to depend on the system.
Yeah.
There will be no help to the fold of understanding prophecy through the spirit of power of YAHWASHI YAHWASHI. We understand ain't gonna be no help in the system. So that's why I say they gonna no longer stay upon him. Stay upon meaning to depend on who? The oppressors, the ones that smote us. But the majority of our people, they gonna continue to do that. It's all gonna be to their detriment and their shame.
Oh,
Right, bro. I think I just 30 or 30 keep both of them that help and support. You know, but those are the ones that keep the system going, man. You know what I'm saying? The reason why the immigrants have the idea to come to America is because of the Americans that keep the system up, which is the majority of you Jakes. That's why. And who's coming over here? Jakes. You know, ain't no Edomites fleeing to America. You got all tribes coming to America, man. Either for judgment or salvation. However it goes, however the Lord had it. You know,
ain't no Edomites in Europe say, you know what, I want to move to America.
You don't see that. Ain't no fucking Ukrainians, and if they is, they Jakes. Ain't no Edomites coming to America, man. Because only the tribes is coming here, man. You know, and them niggas is worse than the tribes here. The tribes that scattered outside of America, they're worse than the Americans, man. You know.
Going back to the initial statement that made me grab this precept that you said, it's the ones that's coming over here, even the heathens, well, not necessarily these, but the that's coming over here, they all poor. That's why they coming here.
Right,
Trying to
bro.
find some comfort.
The
The
golden
American dream.
right.
When American dream is turning into a nightmare.
They going down in the
But you got it
man.
out.
They trying to cover with a covering that ain't the most high spirit. You feel what I'm saying? You got it out.
In Psalm chapter 10 and verse 8, he sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doeth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. And of course, that's going to be applied to Esau, Edom, and you know his police officers, but also applied to when they get together and they pass these different laws and these bills. It's all in secrecy, and the purpose is what? To murder the innocent. It said his eyes are privily set against the poor. Who is the poor? The so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American over here in America, chiefly. Okay, so when they doing these different things, I'm gonna read verse 9. It says he lies in wait secretly as a lion, and his den he lies in wait to catch the poor. And that's the whole purpose of them doing all of this. They setting Jake up for the war.
It's beautiful because Esau attention is on Jake. That great wrath that he coming down is really on Jake. So the whole time while his attention is on Jake, the Lord got the other nations' attention on him. That's the snare.
It says he lies in wait to catch the poor. He does catch the poor, but he draws him into
And guess what? All those immigrants that's coming to America, it's a snare, man. He started setting up a snare for you, Jake. He's giving you the scriptures say he'll smile upon thee and put thee in hope and say, what one is thou? So that's all this devil is doing, man. He's leading you right into a trap, man.
Even the Jake that was already here in America. God has been trapped into trusting in the system because it's crashing. Who crashing it? The ones that set it up.
God.
And I got one more person got it. It says he croucheth and humbleth himself that the poor may fall by his strong ones. And who was the strong ones? The troops. Because when shit hits the fan, the poor, okay, it's gonna be mainly Jake that's gonna be running to each other's houses. That's gonna be going against each other, invading one another with the swords in their hands, like we just reading. Then that's when the troops gonna come in. They're gonna be laying Jake ass down
to the ground. I got real quick. You got it, bro. Sirach 13 and 4. It says, if thou be for his profit, he will use thee. But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. If thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yeah, he will make thee bear and will not be sorry for it. So, hey, man, Esau's going to bring you niggas down to 0. Okay? Hey, all you immigrants that's coming into America hoping for a better life, okay, this is going to be your nightmare, man. Hey, who's that nigga, Charles Schwab? They will own nothing and be happy, man. Right? But it says, if he have need of thee, he will deceive thee and smile upon thee and put thee in hope. All right, and that's what he's doing, man. He's putting the people into hope. You know?
That's a form of comfortability.
Yep.
You know, as long as Jake is helping to forward the agenda, so he gonna let Jake be comfortable. Once he don't need Jake no more, Jake is over with.
Oh, look what he said, huh? He said he will speak thee fair and say, what one is thou? What do you need? What do you want? You know?
Because Jake is what keeps the system upheld, okay, keeps the system flourishing. And it was like that in every empire that was ruling over us. We was the reason that empire was
right. I said he had a piece of
Judges chapter 10, verse 14.
13, huh? 13.
No, I said Judges chapter 10, verse 14.
You start at 13. Hey, did you have anything else besides that?
I got some closers.
You got some closers, or you can get that. I was gonna want to close with that one. That's a banger, but you got it. I'll start at 13.
Close up what we got.
No, he cool. We just did it. Judges 10 and 3, start at 13.
You want me to read it?
What you got?
I'm good. This is Judges chapter 10, verse 13. It say, yet ye have forsaken me and served other gods. Wherefore,
Hey, see? Yeah, you forsook YAHWASHI, man. Okay, you trusted in the idols of this world. Okay? You trusted in all this nonsense. You trusted in ultimately Esau, man. Okay? Go ahead.
Wherefore,
right. So, hey, when all this hell break loose, man, when all this take place, man, hey, the brother ain't even get to finish reading that 2nd Ezra 15 and okay, yeah, okay. Because hey, man, when 2nd Ezra 15 come to pass, you ain't gonna be able to call on YAHWASHI for help, man.
Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen.
Hey, a lot of you have chosen Esau to be your God. A lot of you, hey, the scriptures say, woe to you who trust up in man, who make flesh your strength, your arm. Yeah, man. Come on, man.
That's mighty too, because like you said too, you know what I'm saying? He's like they done made them that God. Because going back to how we opened up, all this shit is just a prelude. It's just to usher in the new world order. You feel what I'm saying? And that kind of technology.
Hey, you women, man. Hey, you women rely on this man's system more than anybody, man. Okay.
That's why they gonna be the first ones lined up.
And guess what? When Esau get rid of 911, what are you gonna do, man? I'm gonna call the police. What are you gonna do? Okay, you grab your second heart. You know, a woman's second heart is their phone, man. Okay, what you gonna do, man? When you ain't gonna be able to download those 3 buttons, man. You know, because that's the only reason why a man ain't got his household in order, man. Is because of the damn state, man. Because of Esau, man. You know, but go ahead, Doc.
Wherefore I will deliver you no more.
So the Lord ain't gonna deliver you, man. See, the ultimate help is YAHWASHI, man. See, the Lord set up his son YAHWASHI to be the savior. Okay? So, hey, how the hell where's your help gonna come from? Your only help that you have chosen, man. Okay, when the Lord was crying out to you, the only help you chose was the help from the devil. So what you gonna do when the devil turned against you? He always been against you, and he's gonna make it known. He's gonna actually, he's not. Hey, the scriptures say his words be smoother than butter, but war's in his heart, man. Let it be another election, man. I guarantee you, Jake lined up, man. You gonna see Jake in a long ass line waiting to vote a devil in, man. But this devil is about to show his horns, man. You got it out.
It says 14 from the top. Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation.
Speak on it, brother.
We're gonna depend on Esau. I'm gonna get my taxes and all of that. Well, when the same person who was helping you is putting their foot on your neck, well, depend on them then.
Hey, gee, we were gonna depend and trust in Jesus.
Go ahead.
Like the bitch that said, just let me go to hell. You know, that they were speaking on her. Well, that's so ass about to meet, you know, very with the Lord is about to humble all these proud ass women and all.
Shit, when you put them $100,000 into your tithes at church, when your pastor drove up that Bentley and it took us trouble, they won't give you $1. Hey, depend on that nigga.
Joel Osteen showed niggas when that flood happened, he wouldn't even open his church to the people. You know what I'm saying?
Got 100,000 seats, but he left 100,000 in the wall. Won't let them niggas sit in there.
Wow, but you got it. Did your brother have you? Oh yeah,
it's like I want to grab this, bro, just because of that. You know what I'm saying? Because see, I would just read it. I'm gonna read a couple verses real quick. You can really start up, but I'm gonna just read these couple real quick. Proverbs 1:28. It says this.
Oh my God, I'm right here, bro. Start at
That's why I
you gotta start at 21.
You can start. It's gonna be drawn out. I'm gonna let you go ahead then. Okay.
Start at you got it. Oh.
That's he gotta start at 21. All right. Gotta get in there. Spirit Dylan.
All right. This is Proverbs 1:21. It says, she cried in the chief place of concourse in the openings of the gate.
That's talking about wisdom. Okay, and that's going into, hey man, the word of the Lord. The prophets are out here on the highways and hedges, man. Okay, crying out, man. Go ahead.
It says, in the city she uttered her words, in the city she uttered her words, saying, how long you simple ones will you love simplicity? Yeah. In the scorners delight in their scorners.
Damn scoffers, man. Talking shit, man. Everybody got something to say.
Yeah.
Man, this internet have given everybody an opinion and a voice, man. See, the Lord is about to shut you niggas' mouths, man. All you niggas coming up against the apostles and elders, the Lord is about to close your mouth, man, with prophecy, man. Right down the throat, man.
A new proverb. It says, and fools hate knowledge. It says, turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. It says,
and the Lord is trying to make his words known unto you. All right, he made them known unto his men, prophets. Okay, and we giving diligence, man, getting you the word, man. Getting you the prophecies.
Like everything that we've been talking about in this lesson and brothers been talking about, that's the words of the Lord. That was we already been talking about the fluctuation of the immigrants and the martial law, because that's the martial law and all these different lawlessness and everything that we've been explaining tonight, the results of these different things. We've warned you about for years. You know what I'm saying? Decades, right? Beginning with the apostle, it was a great millstone. So that's the warning, man. That's the warning. That's the word of the Lord. That it went out, man.
Hey, let me see this in it real quick. Ezekiel 12:25, for I am the Lord, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall no more be prolonged, for in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word and will perform it, saith the Lord YAHWASHI, YAHWASHI, man. So, hey, man, how's the Lord speaking through the men? Okay, so the Lord said, the words that I speak, I'm about to perform these, and they shall no more be prolonged. In your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word and perform it, man. The Lord is about to perform it, man.
Yeah, this Proverbs 1 and 20, Proverbs 1 and 24. It says, because I have called and ye refuse.
There it is, man. Hey, man, YAHWASHI, YAHWASHI has given Jake his assistant. Hey, man, he's lending Jake the hand, man.
They answer the door.
Here you go. Hey, Jake is in the water swimming, scrambling for their life in the water, and the Lord got his hand out there like, come on, I got you. And Jake is refused. They still looking back. They looking back at Esau like, well, he closer.
Yep,
he closer. He like right here, but the Lord, he's extending his hand through his prophets. Yeah, but Esau is closer. Well, Esau's closer.
Yep. The brother made mention of because I made mention of it earlier about about the covering they cover with a covering that's not of me. You know what I'm saying? That the father was saying that about Israel covering with a covering that's not of him. That's what I was just saying. That's a covering that is not of the Lord, man. So which is going to cause your demise. Because the Lord, because a covering is a protection. A covering, it could protect you from the cold, it could protect you from the heat. Right? A covering is a covering, whatever it's intended for to protect you from.
Yep.
So when you use Esau, you lean on Esau as a covering, you know what I'm saying? That's the downfall right there. You gotta lean on the Lord. That's why he said that's what it's gonna. I will mock with your spirit coming. Because the Lord is the one that's bringing all this shit, man. The Lord is the one that's doing this, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta cover with the Lord in order. How you gonna come against the one that's bringing it? How you gonna cover it with the enemy? Come on, man. Go ahead.
Like you said, yeah, it is. Because like you said, though, because the wisdom is covered. There's wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Like Isaiah 33 and 6, it says, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our time. And the strength of our salvation, the fear of the Lord is your trust. Because in the same verse, in the same chapter, it's going to tell you, because they chose not to fear YAHWASHI, YAHWASHI. You know what I'm saying? They chose to fear man. They made flesh their arm instead of YAHWASHI, YAHWASHI, like the brother was making mention of also.
So I got a quick one.
God, go ahead.
Covering. So our people they cover with basically Esau protection, but that's all about to come to an end. Right? There will be no help. But this Isaiah chapter 28, verse 20. For the bed is shorter than that a man can stretch himself on it, and the covering narrower than that he can wrap himself in it. So Esau, he's not gonna be able to protect you enough. Because ultimately it's the Lord bringing the judgment through Esau.
Esau can't even protect his own self.
Hell no.
Isaiah 47.
Bro, and it proved it. Why the fuck bro, that's a beautiful point, because why the fuck do you think these motherfuckers is getting bunkers and spending all this money on building bunkers? Because they understand they can't protect their goddamn self. They looking for hiding spots. Shit.
He's so about to run and leave you niggas. That's why he wanted to get out the borders and shoot. He's like, can I leave these niggas on the earth? Like, the Lord ain't about to come back and play. I gotta get up out of here.
Come on, man. This mid-verse in Proverbs 1 and 24, it says, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. You know what I'm saying? The Lord say, well, he stand at the door and knock. You know what I'm saying? He said, if you open it, he'll come into your soul with you. Jake ain't answering the door and knocking. Jake run across these videos. Jake run across the prophets on the highways and the hedges.
And they ain't outside.
Yeah, you hear me? They ain't regarding it. You know what I'm saying? They ain't considering.
They treat YAHWASHI like a Jehovah Witness.
Yeah.
Right. Jehovah Witnesses outside.
Yeah, right, kind of.
The scriptures say what a word of a king is, there's power. And this is the power right here. This is the word of a king. This word is coming directly from the heavens, right down to his man and so forth, man.
Right.
So this is the power, man. So they always tell you it's direct 30, like 4 or something like that, about this being a defense from the sun at noon. The sun at noon is the highest peak and the hottest. So Jacob's trouble is the hottest formation of us being tested. So the Lord is going to be the one that's going to be at we got to lean on the Lord for that protection from the sun at noon. But
this Proverbs 1 and 25, it says, but ye have said not at all my counsel, and with none of my reproof.
You ain't want the reproof. We told you the difference from the clean and the unclean.
That's right.
We told you the do's and the don'ts. The Lord said, hey, show my people their transgressions in the house of Jacob. You didn't want to hear that. Because why? You believed in it said that covering that's not of my spirit, and they may add sin to sin.
What do you say?
You chose that way.
What do you say? Speak not unto us right things.
Speak unto a smooth thing. Hey, prophecy deceit, man. Right? Remember that? Right? You got it up.
It says, verse 26, it says, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna do that? He's speaking through the prophets. He gonna do that through the prophets. He gonna mock, he gonna laugh. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get his back. It says, verse 27, it says, when your fear cometh as a desolation and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind.
The scary part about this is that the Lord knows what your biggest fears are. See, man might not know what your biggest fears are. All right, but the Lord knows the things that you fear and you scared of, and He's gonna bring that to pass, man. You scared? Go ahead, you got it.
Isaiah chapter 66, you got it, verse 4.
Yeah.
Verse 4, it says, I also will choose their delusions and will bring their fears upon them. Ooh, because when I called, none did answer.
The Lord said He's gonna bring your fears upon you. So if your ass scared of a fucking lion, guess what, man? The Lord gonna bring that upon you.
Bro, the scriptures say they're gonna dwell in torment, bro. They're gonna dwell in torment.
Yeah, you're gonna be tormented, and then it's gonna be trouble on all sides. The scripture says a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into a house and leaned a hand upon a wall, and it's gonna be trouble on all sides. Wrong turn. Everywhere gonna be a wrong turn.
This verse 27 says,
the brother got
it says, when I spake, but they did evil before my eyes and chose that in which I delighted not.
He say they chose in which I delighted not. Go ahead.
That was pretty much it. You got
okay, kind of watch it.
Get Jeremiah 11:11.
Now watch this, man.
So break that part down.
He
said they did. He said, Shalakia, bro. He said they did evil before his eyes, man. So that literally, does the scripture say that the eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good? So they literally did evil in the sight of the Lord's eyes, man. All right.
Chapter 8. You know, scripture is very like when we get man, this is to see.
And the prophets is telling them what the Lord don't like.
So that's why the Lord gonna bring horrific and terrific judgments on their guys for doing the same thing.
This is Jeremiah chapter 11, verse 11. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape.
And I got a question: who gonna help you? So the scriptures say, the Lord killeth and maketh alive, He wounded and He healed, and then nothing can deliver you out of His hand. Roughly paraphrasing. So who's gonna? If the Lord can't help, who can help you above the Lord, man?
Right.
No one.
Bringing it. That's what I was saying earlier. He's bringing it, bro. Like, He's the one that's bringing it, bro. How can you escape? Bring it back, God.
Therefore,
no, bring it back. Let's start from the top.
Jeremiah 11, verse 11. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will bring evil upon them.
Right. Evil is a compound word, e meaning time, ill meaning bad. Evil times upon them. Right? Go ahead.
Which they shall not be able to escape.
Right. The times we're moving into, you're not going to be able to escape. Like bro was quoting different scriptures. You're going to be cornered on every side because the Lord is bringing this. He's bringing it. He's bringing the destruction and the salvation. So how you going to be able to, how you going to escape that? Go ahead.
And though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them.
Because why? You ain't seek them before. You ain't seek them the whole time, bro. You see what I'm saying? You ain't, look, man, the Lord, like I say, the jealous power, man, over His woman, man. Like, so, like, when you ain't attending to His ways and His needs, bro, ain't done a reason to throw your way, man. And that's what this whole thing is about, because ultimately it's all about the tribes, bro, because like we said earlier, the tribes are the ones that invading America. You know what I'm saying? The tribes, this whole thing is about the 12 tribes of Israel, bro. On every spectrum, bro. From the New World Order to this, to that. It's all about the 12 tribes of Israel, bro. That's how all these things are able to keep moving forward in terms of prophecy. Was that it on that?
This Proverbs 1:28, right? I'm gonna read 28 in KJV and the rest in the NLT. This Proverbs 1:28, it says, "Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, right? They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me."
Right, because like if that's why I say atheists believe when you about to when you play right. Oh, they believe. Well, you're right. I thought you didn't believe. They don't seek the Lord early. That's the first step. That's the first thought That's gonna come to your mind when you're stressed.
Yep.
The Lord not gonna what?
It says, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer.
The Lord not gonna answer because remember, the Lord is the one that's bringing it
Right.
upon you. He know that you don't care nothing about you, just trying to use him to get out of the situation.
Yep.
Right?
They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. Right? And this is, I'm transitioning to the NLT. This is verse 29. It says, for they hated knowledge and chose not to fear the Lord. YAHWASHI.
Right, because you quoted Isaiah 33:6.
God.
So therefore they ain't gonna have stability.
Yeah.
But the knowledge is the stability.
Yeah.
So once you don't have the knowledge,
Yep.
you're gonna remain in the congregation of the dead.
Yep.
So you get consumed by the things that
Right. And it said the fear of the Lord is the strength of his salvation. So there ain't no salvation for you because you didn't choose to fear YAHWASHI. Ain't nothing but death and destruction and judgment at that point. You know what I'm saying? That's why you can't find him. You already set up. But it says, for they hated knowledge and chose not to fear the Lord. Verse 30, they rejected my advice and paid no attention when I corrected them. So you, like the brother said, you said not at all the reproof. You didn't want to be correct. So in verse 31, it says, therefore, they must eat the bitter fruit of living their own way.
I want to say this because Esau said he allowed you to live the life of wickedness. Hey, come as you are, you know, the land of the free. Okay, not the land of the free. We know America got the biggest incarceration rate in the world. So it's talking about what, man? You're free to pretty much live your life.
Yep,
you know, right?
Yep, Lord.
Esau told you can do whatever you could be a mo, a woman, you could be a man. Oh, he gave you the right to live in wickedness.
Right.
And guess what?
In the scripture.
He can't entreat on your behalf. He can't go to the Lord like, look, Lord, I told him that they can live like, look, listen, Lord, please. He can't be a lawyer, man.
Right. But even to your point, even to your point, that's what Americans have set them up to do. You understand? That's because they've been blinded by the God of this world. Because that's what the devil teaches, but the scripture tell you otherwise. The scripture tell you use not that liberty as occasion into the flesh. So you weren't supposed to be using this liberty to add abroad and do what the fuck you want, or the YOLO spirit, but using this time to what? Draw close to YAHWASHI before the evil days drew close. You know what I'm saying? But it says, verse 31, I'm bring back in the NLT from the top, Proverbs 1 and 31, it says, therefore they must eat the bitter fruit of living their own way, talking in their own things, like the because you chose the things that the Lord had no pleasure in, or the things he didn't delight in. You chose everything outside of this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You know what I'm saying? So he said, I'm gonna bring it back. Proverbs 1 and 31 in the NLT. Therefore, they must eat the bitter way, the bitter fruit of living their own way, talking on their own scheme. So the God, all that water you got saved up, the food, the gasoline that you're gonna run and go get, everything that you got for yourself that you think gonna deliver you that day, that's what you're gonna have to rely on.
So things that people love to do. I like to ride the hot carousel.
Yep. Real shit. Yeah, kind. That's pretty much it on that. Time. Matter of fact, I'll read the last two verses. This is verse 32. It says, for simpletons turn away from me to death. In Proverbs 1 and 32, NLT. It says, for simpletons turn away from me to death. And that's what it is. They turn away from YAHWASHI to the death. It says, fools are destroyed by their own complacency. Right? Because what he said, they done settled on their lead. You know what I'm saying? They done got comfortable in their wickedness. It says, but all who listen to me will live in peace, untroubled by fear or harm. So this wisdom knowledge, like bringing it out in Isaiah 33 and 6, it's going to be the stability of our time. It's going to be quiet from the fear of YAHWASHI outside. Like the brother said, the same person that's bringing the destruction is the same person that's bringing salvation. You know what I'm saying? We just did the right things, Lord willing, we be of that number. They'll be the ones that sit on the right hand of YAHWASHI outside and receive salvation, and not the things not have to see or experience things and understand why they call them BAHASHAM.
Yep. Brother, real quick.
Sorry.
Go back to that.
Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligent in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time, wherein the highest began to visit the world which he made.
Right, so these things we mentioned earlier, brothers mentioned, these are indications that the Lord is visiting this place. He's touching this place because it's talking about Isaiah 47, the virgin daughter of Babylon. Virgin is someone who's never been touched. The fact that these things are happening in the golden city is a sign, a clear indication that YAHWAH, his presence is here. Outside, if you didn't believe the prophet, he's showing you in other ways. It's about to say, he's showing you other ways how the Lord is visiting this place, because he's making an inquisition, meaning he's investigating the crimes of Esau Edom, right? He's making an inquisition of America's crimes, man. Go ahead, Art.
Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Right. And you got 5.
For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
Right. So the things that we're speaking on is an indication that we're at the end, because the end was manifested, but it was declared from the beginning. And these are the signs that we see: the invasion of the tribes from these various countries, and Sleepy Joe doing this, and Trump, and all this shit you see. These are signs of the end, bro. And it's a clear indication of the Lord's visitation upon this place. And it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. You know what I'm saying? It's a build-up to what the bigger picture is. The tiny technology, Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation, right? And those bigger things are what's going to come from these things. This is the indication, because this is going to allow that UN troops to touch American soil. These are going to, like we see this, the brothers mentioned New York, the troops to enter into the subways. Those different things allow the prophecies to further themselves, right? Y'all, I know brothers got close. You could go back to that. I can then both got it.
And this is 15 and verse 18. It says, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled."
Say second 8, like verse 52. For many misery shall be done to them that shall dwell in the latter times, because they have great pride. Right. And when you see your neighbor getting a dope kicked in, little kid try to run out, get his ass down. Okay, that's because they have to.
It says, bring it back from the top. "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid."
Man shall be afraid.
Men shall be afraid.
All the canned goods you got stored up, all the guns, ain't none of that shit gonna save you.
Right.
In verse 19, it says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy."
Right, no mercy.
Yeah.
That's fair, because it's an older Jake. Yeah, man, Ephraim. But he gotta be like 70. He still be trying to get it. He had like 5 bags. And they let him push the shopping cart. He on the cane. He doing. I help him every time I see him. I bring his bags to his door. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking about that earlier. Like when this shit pop off, ain't nobody gonna be in that spirit, man. They gonna be like, bags. Let me get them. Guess what? Ain't no police coming for that.
That's it. Ain't no help.
Ain't no help.
They only rely on Esau, from his police to his government assistance program, etc., etc. Once this shit takes off, like we're saying, ain't all that go out the window. We saw it on the War of Wars when a police officer was running past Brad Pitt. That nigga put his hands up thinking he was in trouble, but still taking the shit off the shelf. That nigga ran right past him and said, "Nigga, he in his mind, I gotta help myself." I think about you, nigga. He had a uniform and everything, bro. You're gonna have officers with their uniform on, conforming to what's going on in society.
It's getting out of control.
It's getting out of control. They ain't gonna be thinking about you niggas, man. That we saw it in the Slam Slimming, bro. The EMS, which is the emergency medical services, right? I think that's the term. Which is the ambulance, the water ambulance. Them niggas is not gonna be on the scene. You ain't gonna be hearing sirens.
Oh, hell no.
Coming to save the one. It's talking about that second agents.
Ain't no first 48.
Nobody to bury the dead, right? Walking over the dump, right? The people, the dead bodies. Nobody. You ain't gonna see funerals. Niggas with the flags on their cars because their cousin poo is dead. None of that's gonna be in effect, bro.
Yeah.
That's what we're walking into.
Right.
And this it does say YAHWASHI YAHWASHI.
That's right, brother.
You got it. Verse 19 again from the top. I'm talking 27. You got it right. It says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with sword, and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation."
Home invasions is going to home invasions. A pull a kick dough, a Gucci Mac kick dough, nigga, kick a dough, nigga. That's gonna be regular. You think and my thing is this, man, it's gonna be so much crime going on. If it was if the police was still available, they wouldn't know where to go. It's so if you got 30 incidents happening at one time. The police don't know where to go first. But look, we just gonna do away with emergency services. The people gonna take matters into their be your own police. Yep. Save yourself, nigga.
Martin said it on the water. Citizens arrest.
Save yourself.
Yeah, what ain't trust me, ain't nobody gonna be want to do no motherfucking neighborhood watches in that day.
But guess what? You got the Crips and Bloods, all these different gangs. When they first started, those gangs were created to police the environment and protect the environment. But see, Esau infiltrated them and turned them up now. So now they all out of control. You know, right. So they ain't gonna be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they're the ones that's creating all the violence. They've
been conditioning for these times that we're going into. Yep. Them niggas been kicking in doors. This ain't nothing new to a nigga. And this, you know what I'm saying? The times we coming in, it's just gonna be increased. This ain't nothing new. Niggas practice this every day. That's why they're gonna be good at it. You know, they practice it every day. Yep. Kicking in doors, raping, you know what I'm saying? And taking this and taking that and moving on this and moving on that. We talking about the immigrants coming in. This shit they know, they practice this shit already. This ain't nothing new, bro.
And guess what? To get everything under control, all Esau got to do is drop a missile on y'all niggas. Yep. All you niggas can find in this one, let me drop a missile on these niggas, man.
Right. Just sing it 15 to 27, the ark you got it. It says, for now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them.
But earlier, it ain't gonna be no escaping because the Lord bringing it. That's why he said you're gonna remain in it.
No, go ahead, bro.
I started your second 15 and 26. It says, for the Lord knoweth all them that sin against them, and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction.
I thought you were allowed to sin. I thought the Lord he died for your sins you committed now and your future sins, right? Okay. I thought it was the Lord, he loves the sinner but hates the sin. You know, go ahead.
It says, verse 27, it says, for now all the plagues come upon the whole earth. It says, and ye shall remain in them.
Ye shall remain in them. The Lord gonna let those plagues consume you. However, the Lord got it set up for you to go out, man. Those plagues are gonna consume you, man. They're gonna take you over.
They say I would give you over to your lust. That's really what it is. How would you hide your sins before the Most High and His angels? There you go. It's like at 16. The things that's coming, the things that's gonna consume you in the future are gonna be the things that you meditated on daily. Yep. The lust that you meditate on a daily, that's what's gonna be matched with you in that time. That's why they elect, because they've been meditating on the ways of the Lord and in spirit the whole time. So they're gonna be matched with that. And then vice versa, bro. You got it?
Verse 15, let's take it 15, 27 from the top. It says, for now the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them. For the Most High shall not deliver you, because ye have been against him.
Right, so you're going to remain in the judgments of the Lord. You know what I'm saying?
Well, in the torments.
Yeah, you're going to remain in that, man. Lord said, I will get you, going to give you over to your lust, like I said. The things that you desire as a man thinketh, so is he. You know what I'm saying? So the things that you dwell in, Joshua said, I will, for me and my house, I will serve the Lord. Choose you this day who you will serve. I said, meditate on. So we meditate on the ways of righteousness so that we could be delivered in the time of chaos.
Yep.
You see?
And defended in the times when we need the help more.
Right, because it's going to come. Chaos is going to come. Destruction is going to come. That means salvation is going to come too. Yep. And we're preaching on destruction and death. That means life, salvation going to come too.
Yep. Simultaneous.
It's a balance, bro. Go ahead. Whatever I got. You can close up.
Now, this John chapter 12, verse 31. Now is the judgment of this world. Now shall the prince of this world be cast out.
Yeah.
And, you know, YAHWASHI coming on the scene, that right there marked the last day. That was the beginning of the last days. Okay, so everything we've been talking about throughout this lesson is letting you know that we're in the last days. This is indication that the prince of this world is being cast out. So the word prince is going to go into the Greek word archon, which means the ruler. We know, according to Job 9 and 24, that the wicked is in rulership.
Sure.
So the wicked is the one that's going to be casted out in these last days.
They falling as lightly. Yahawashi still said that. That was God.
Is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18, and verse 7. It says, "So of thy people," right? It's talking about ancient Egypt. You know, this modern day spiritual Egypt is going to suffer the same thing, the same plagues, and it's also going to see a greater deliverance for the nation of Israel, beginning with the elect, and only the elect. So it says, "So if thy people was accepted, both the salvation of the righteous and destruction of the enemies, for wherewith thou didst punish our adversaries, by the same thou didst glorify us whom thou hast fought." So the Lord about to do the same thing now. And the only difference is the adversaries of the Lord is of the nation of Israel, and it's about to be manifested because the Lord about to be destroying a lot of dates. Go back to the title, lesson ain't gonna be no help for you niggas. You niggas don't depend on the Lord now, so why try to depend on them then?
Yep. If they throw their joint hand in hand, they should not go off together in front.
Right, that's the balance with the brother read. That's the first Egypt. This is the second Egypt. So that means we're telling you that destruction and death is coming. That means salvation is coming too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, scripture says, take as it's 9, be not curious how the ungodly shall perish.
Yep.
Because we know ain't no help for them. But you're supposed to inquire how the righteous shall be saved.
Right.
Because that's what the help is for.
Yep.
Right.
I think that's the 2 Peter.
Oh, that's 2 Ezra 9.
Okay.
Close off.
So shit, Lord willing, this is edifying for the member of the Lord's elect, bro, because that's what we doing it for, bro. We don't care about niggas, bro. You know what I'm saying? We don't care about the heathen, we care about the elect, because that's all this is for. The Lord willing is edifying for the member of the Lord's elect. I'd like to give all honor, glory, and praise and worship through
YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH.
ever honor to our apostle and Israel Bishop Great Millstone. Till next time, bro. Kwan Yashala, bro.
From Yasha.
Shalom.
Shalom.